Hi, I'm Damari Gurrit. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beaten thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now. It's not often that a Jamaican wins the Premier League Player of the Month award for their respective club twice in a season. You can think about Ricardo Fuller winning the Player of the Month award for his club. But to see a step further, Leon Bailey, December 2023, February 2024, winning the prestigious Aston Villa Player of the Month award. It brings great joy, great optimism, great hope for what the future has in store. Let's not forget as well, this young man is 26 years of age. He's going to be 27 in August. Yep, that is right. August 9, 1997, the birthday date of Leon Patrick Bailey. This campaign has been his best ever season as a professional. When you factor in 8 goals, 8 assists in 25 Premier League matches, you are left to be amazed by what he has been able to accomplish. Last season, the 2022-2023 season, 4 goals, 4 assists in 33 games. And his first season at the club when he started gelling in, a goal and 2 assists in 18 Premier League matches. You factor in his time at Bayer Leverkusen as well, that last season, the 2020-2021 season, 9 goals, 8 assists in 30 matches. That's 17 goal contributions in 30 games. And look at what he has done this season. 16 goal contributions in 25 appearances. Already a better goal and assist per game ratio than his last season at Bayer Leverkusen. Picking up feathers in his cap along his way, made his Champions League debut at Leverkusen. Also played Europa League football there as well during the COVID time frame. And at Aston Villa, playing in the UEFA Europa Conference League as they're in the last 16 against Ajax, and just a few victories away from winning a European trophy. Hello, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we discuss Jamaican football, your hub for everything Jamaican football related. Accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. This is your place for everything Jamaican football related. Are you guys doing okay? Are you guys okay? I hope you all are doing well. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. And after hitting the like button, please hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary as well. We would really appreciate it. Okay, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So we can go right into this conversation so that we can be able to progress forward in the grand scheme of things, all right? So that we can go on forward. How are you guys doing? All is well? So let's press on. Let's talk a little bit now about Leon Bailey. What did he do to be able to accomplish this feat? Yankee Graham says, greetings, Simon. He deserved it. Looking forward to seeing him in the Champions League again. Yes. Aston Villa, once they can be able to cement a top 4 position, that means Champions League football for Aston Villa. Another 9-10 games. Aston Villa haven't played Champions League football for quite some time. And let's not forget, this is a club with European pedigree, having won the European Cup in 1982. Yep, that is right. Aston Villa, one of 8 English clubs to lift those big airs of the Champions League. Manchester United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, yeah, Chelsea. Do you understand what I'm saying? Manchester City. Yeah, that's 6 English clubs right there have gone on and won this coveted competition. Arsenal haven't done so. Tottenham Hotspur, 2 teams that have gone to finals and haven't. Leeds United have been deep in competition, so is Derby County as well, with Brian Clough. You think about what they did as well with Dave Mackay winning them a league title. But that conversation is for another day. Let's hear what Aston Villa's press release had to say in relation to Leon Bailey lifting this coveted award. Leon Bailey has been voted Player of the Month for February by Aston Villa fans. The Jamaican is enjoying the most productive season of his time in Claret and Blue, and he continued his strong showing throughout the month. Bailey scored twice and registered 1 assist in 5 matches, with his performances crucial to the team winning 3 of those games. Bailey bagged a fine goal against Sheffield United in the opening match of the month, cutting onto his left foot and picking out the top corner. And to end February, he teed up Ollie Watkins for the opener against Nottingham Forest before rounding up of the 4-2 win with a goal. The top 3 players in the club poll. So in the votes, Leon Bailey got 39% of the votes, Ollie Watkins got 31% of the votes, and Douglas Luiz got 16%. Thank you to everyone and congratulations, Leon. That's exactly what the press release had to say. And this is fantastic. This is fantastic when we have Jamaican internationals that are doing well. Owen says, big up Chips. Yep, big up Chips indeed. You are absolutely spot on when you say that, because he deserves all the accolades and the praise that is coming his way in relation to this element in particular. We're happy that he's been able to register, and this is what we believe, right? This is what we believe that he's capable of doing. I personally believe that for him to achieve double digits in goals and assists, for me, is the bare minimum of where he should be. 10 goals, 10 assists. If he's able to accomplish that every season, I think that is fantastic. I think for me, that is where the numbers that we should be looking at. Or if he has more on the goals end, like 15 goals a season, next season getting 15 goals, I think that'll be fantastic as well to put him in that credit, because you want him to be that person that is up there with Mikel Antonio in terms of reggae boys in the Premier League with most goals in the history of the Premier League era. So that is something for us to keep keen note about and want to focus on. We're very happy for him and what he has been able to go on to accomplish. So this is good, and we want to see more of this. All right. So right now, as we know, in terms of the Premier League, Aston Villa, they're back in action tomorrow. That is at 8 a.m. Jamaica time. Yes, I repeat, 8 a.m. Jamaica time, because as we know, daylight savings tomorrow will be shifting. As we know, Jamaica will now be like 6 hours behind the United States, just so that you are aware. So like time now in Dallas, right? It's 12:18. So they will now move forward. So they'll be on the same time zone as Jamaica. All right. Aston Villa, well, rather Arsenal, they're playing Brentford right now. Declan Rice opened the scoring for the Gunners against Brentford. And what we can do right now is analyze firstly the standings, and secondly the matches that Aston Villa have left for the remainder of this campaign. All right, so that is what we're going to do right now. Aston Villa, they play Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are fifth in the table. Maybe I should bring up the standings so that you guys can be able to see a little bit better, so that you can follow and read along with me in this passage of things. All right, so right now you see the standings for the English Premier League. This is how it stands at the moment, because when you bear in mind that Aston Villa, rather Arsenal, are taking on Brentford, it's quite compelling. Let me just talk about this for a moment. If you think about it, if there's a draw between Liverpool and Manchester City tomorrow, that means that Arsenal would be at the top of the table. And if Manchester City gets the better of Liverpool, that means that Manchester City would go to the top of the table, Arsenal goes second, and Liverpool goes third. Isn't that quite interesting? Yeah, it is. It is quite something, I must tell you. So let's do a little bit of a reflection. I want us to look at where Aston Villa were coming from. All right. 8 seasons ago, Aston Villa, 8 seasons ago, were relegated. Yes, tough going. It's until the summer of 2027. So he signed a new deal, and it's out until the summer of 2027. So you have that cushion as well. So another 3 years under his belt at Aston Villa. I do think if they're able to secure top 4 this season, going to Champions League football, it will add a different dimension, more revenue, television-wise, commercial-wise, more eyes, and being able to for Leon to strut his stuff as well, even more within the Premier League as well. And then you factor in, if you're going to give Champions League a good run next season, could it impact the Premier League? Could you have a deep run within the Champions League and also ensure that you're cementing yourself as being one of the top 6 teams within the Premier League? Well, that's something for us to factor in from this standpoint. So Aston Villa, right, made the return to the Premier League in spent a few seasons within the Championship, but they returned to the Premier League shortly after that. Yeah. And during the year of COVID, 17th. 2021 season, 11th. 2022 season, which would be Leon's first season at the club, 14th. Last season, Aston Villa, 7th. 7th to ensure that they got the European football, 61 points, 38 matches. And now this season, they have 55 points, 6 points shy of how much points they had last season, with still another 11 games to go. So without a shadow of a doubt, Aston Villa are going to accumulate more points than they did last season. You understand what I'm saying? So that in itself, fantastic. And that is great. Let's look at Aston Villa and where they are in the table right now. Aston Villa play at home tomorrow to Tottenham Hotspur. It's a home game. And as you can see, there's been adjustment in the table. Liverpool goes back to the top of the table because Brentford have equalized. Brentford have equalized, which means Arsenal, as it stands, would go to second. All right? Good. So now we have that all sorted now. Aston Villa, you could say, regardless of the result, they will remain in fourth, right? But a victory over Tottenham Hotspur puts them 8 points clear of Spurs and also puts them 11 points clear of Manchester United, which means that for Tottenham and Manchester United, their Champions League football aspirations would take a dent if Aston Villa are able to secure a victory tomorrow against Tottenham Hotspur, because this could be the game that cements a passage towards the Champions League, right? A draw tomorrow and Tottenham and United still are in with a hunt. If Tottenham wins, then Aston Villa, Spurs and United still win in the hunt. But if Aston Villa beats Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow, then you're already looking at a scenario where Manchester United are going to start having to depend on other teams to beat Aston Villa. Fate won't be in Manchester United's hands because you're getting to a point of the season where you have 10 games or less that is left in the regular season. So already you're looking at a situation where it's extremely difficult, challenging. But I must say, if you're losing 11 Premier League games, then you don't deserve to be playing Champions League football. I'll be honest with you. Look at last season. The top four teams that were in the top four. Manchester United lost 9 games and they finished in the top 4. Right? Go back a season before that. Tottenham, they lost 11 games and they finished 4th. Sad, to be honest with you. Chelsea had 9 games in 2021 and they secured Champions League football. United lost 8 games in Ole's first full season and they got Champions League football. Tottenham, they lost 13 games and they got Champions League football. For me, I don't think you should be losing 10 games and finishing top 4. I do think that is actually very sad if that does happen to a team, actually. It's not something that should happen. But what about Aston Villa's remaining games? What do they have left this campaign in particular? Some of the games that they have to play and the run-in that they do have for the remainder of the season. Well, let's have a look at that and then we can be able to press on forward, all right? But if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button, guys. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary, okay? Good. So, let's go to it. Aston Villa. Tomorrow, it's Tottenham Hotspur, right? And then Ajax in the second leg of the round of 16 of the UEFA Europa Conference League, right? Good. And then West Ham United before the international window. After the international window, it's go, go, go until the finishing line. Wolves, Manchester City, Brentford, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Brighton, Liverpool, Crystal Palace. So Aston Villa has Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, to play, Tottenham. So Aston Villa still has all the top 5 teams around them to play. And that's the only thing that could give Tottenham Hotspur a chance, or perhaps even a Manchester United a chance. So that in itself is great. Absolutely fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. Really, really good. Yes, you are correct, Big Deal Lynn. The 20-year-old Amari Hutchinson also won the award as well. Absolutely fantastic for him to be able to accomplish this. And you factor in this season what Amari Hutchinson has been able to do at Ipswich Town in particular. You look at this season, 5 goals, 4 assists in 35 matches. That's 9 goal contributions in 35 matches, which basically means that he's having a goal or an assist every 4 games. And Ipswich Town look to be a team that will be promoted to the Premier League. Kieran McKenna is a top manager. And it'll be interesting to see what Chelsea does, because they might say, all right, Ipswich have been promoted to the Premier League. Let's loan out Amari Hutchinson again. This time it's going to be two in the Premier League. So Amari Hutchinson will be playing consistently in the Premier League for Ipswich. So I wouldn't be against the idea of Amari Hutchinson getting the opportunity to be able to play Premier League football at Ipswich on loan from Chelsea. Because remember, he signed a long-term contract at Chelsea. So for me, I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. What are you talking about in particular? But yeah. So Aston Villa's running for the rest of the season. Tottenham, West Ham, Wolves, Manchester City, Brentford, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Brighton and Hove Albion, Liverpool, and Crystal Palace. Dr. Hero said, blessed Simon, bless up. How are you doing? All is well? Yeah, man, I hope you're doing good. In terms of the Europa Conference League, Ezri Konsa, so he's the only Aston Villa player that will be unavailable for this upcoming game. Chuba Abcom, as you know, former Arsenal academy player. And it's interesting as well, Leon Bailey, because coming up against Jordan Henderson as well. Yeah, it's a good game. So Jordan Henderson will be coming to England. Although he's known for being up north, he'll be in the Midlands. So he gets a trip back to the UK. But big game tomorrow. And tomorrow's game is a decider. If Aston Villa win, then they are 75% sure of playing Champions League football next season. And then the big question will be of this. That's an interesting idea, Martin Baker. That's a very, very interesting one, because the competition for places, especially when you're bearing in mind, Whisper and others that will come in for preseason. Personally, I think it will be challenging when it comes to the attacking places. I really, really do. I mean, I would love to see Amari Hutchinson as the Chelsea player in the first team next season, but it wouldn't bother me if Chelsea loans him out to Ipswich again when they're promoted to the Premier League. It would not bother me at all, because he's going to be playing Premier League football, and he's going to be in an environment where he's going to be playing games, and he's going to be in an environment as well where every point matters, because as a newly promoted team, your first requirement is Premier League survival. So he's going to be in an environment where he's going to have to exert that level, where he knows that week in, week out, every point adds up, where there's going to be huge demands. And this is exactly what he needs. And I know many people might say it's early to take on this sort of pressure, but listen, the earlier that you gain certain experiences, the better. So that when he's in his mid-20s, he'll be able to handle those things. And when he's at Chelsea, he's going to say, well, I've been there, done that. I've been to the Championship. I've been to the Premier League. I've been able to handle all these different obstacles that have come into my way, and I've conquered them full force, and I've been able to succeed at the best of my abilities. So that is exactly why I think that this is an exciting opportunity once Ipswich gets promoted to the Premier League, that he gets loaned out again so that he can play the 38 games next season, be a cult hero, be a fan favorite, so that persons 10 years on the road can say, our first appearance in the Premier League in 3 decades, we have to big up Amari Hutchinson, a Jamaican. You understand what I'm saying? How much Premier League matches have they lost this season in the Prem? Oh, you talking about Aston Villa? Aston Villa this season in the Premier League in particular, they have lost 6 matches. Won 17, drawn 4, and lost 6. That's Aston Villa's record in the Premier League this season. All right. So that is where we are. This is the exciting moment. Yannick Davis, so I see your comment in the chat as well, and the simple answer to your question is that Jamal Lowe is on loan at Swansea City from Bournemouth. All right. Now, remember in 2021, Jamal Lowe signed a 3-year contract with Bournemouth. All right. 3-year contract, which means it expires June 2024, which means he's in the last year of his contract. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the summer, but I think it's unlikely that Bournemouth will be signing him because let's factor this in mind as well. At Bournemouth, he hasn't played a lot of games. He hasn't. You go back to last season, he played 2 games in the Premier League for them and then was loaned out to Queen's Park Rangers. And then this season now loaned out to Swansea City within the Championship. So it's unlikely that Bournemouth will give him a contract extension. So we're just going to have to wait and see what opportunities will present itself, whether it will be a team that is promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, or it's going to be a team that plies their trade within the Championship. So we're going to have to wait to see how that all pans out. No, Mr. Singh. No, Mr. Singh. It's actually one of the Windward Island nations, Vincentian, St. Lucian, and Amari Bell has spoken to him about playing for, in terms of Amari Bell's experiences playing for Jamaica. And Amari Bell knows that he doesn't have Jamaican heritage as well. So no, Carlton Morris does not have Jamaican heritage. Okay? So that you are aware. And many people, assume because somebody has a surname Brown means that it's definitely Jamaican, or make assumptions of players when let's not forget that you have other Caribbean islands, other persons that were born, other persons, other Caribbean islands and other settlements. You have the Bajan diaspora in the UK, Vincentian, the Kititian, the Dominican in the UK itself. You know what I'm saying? So although Jamaicans, we have the majority, the truth is that you have other nationalities that you have persons involved as well. You know what I'm saying? So persons always talk about Marcus Edwards. Marcus Edwards has Dominican heritage. Dominica, the Caribbean island Dominica, that Jamaica are going to play in the World Cup qualifiers come June 9. Yeah. Well, Marvin, the reality is this, right? He's at Swansea. At the end of the season, his loan is going to finish. And at the end of the season, his contract at Bournemouth is going to finish as well. So whatever happens, he's going to be a free agent. At the end of the season, he's going to be a free agent. So it's not that a situation where Bournemouth would transfer him. It's a situation where he's going to be a free agent in the summer. Simply put. Simply put. Just like that. Okay? So you understand exactly where I'm coming from that angles. And I know many persons have asked about a young player at Borussia Dortmund, Jamie Benoit Gittens. And Jamie Benoit Gittens is a player that actually has Bayesian heritage. He's of Barbadian descent. Yes, that is Jamie Benoit Gittens, formerly of the academies of Reading, Chelsea, Manchester City, now a player of Borussia Dortmund. Has played, this is his 3rd season at the club now, and has represented England under 21s as well. So his Bayesian heritage, not Jamaican heritage. Some persons had question marks, but just confirming that for y'all as well. I must say though, just going on a tangent, it's great to see Mokoko continuing his progression at Borussia Dortmund as well. I think it's a great environment for him, and to see season after season he's getting more minutes, game after game after game. Now in his 4th season as a 19-year-old, yeah, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Because look at somebody like Marcus Rashford now, right? Marcus Rashford made his debut for Manchester United as an 18-year-old, right? He made his debut as an 18-year-old. Now he's 26, and already you're looking at a player that has played nine seasons in the Premier League. 9 seasons in the Premier League, a seasoned veteran within the Premier League. Well, in the Premier League as well, and closing in on 100 Premier League goals as well, as he has 83 goals right now. But last season was a sensational season. 17 goals, 35 appearances, 30 goals in all competitions. Yeah, it was just absolutely sensational for what he was able to go on and accomplish, honestly. Truly, 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 truly a great one. But yep, hopefully that helps and clarifies things as well, because I know many persons would have had question marks as well. But this is this. And just to keep you guys abreast as well, Arsenal and Liverpool, it's still 1-1. But sorry, Arsenal and Brentford rather. It's still 1-1 in that game. Ramsdale might have just dropped the Premier League trophy. Wow, it's 20 years now. I mean, we'll see. Urgencing, because for me, urgencing, after the next international window, it's basically the final lap, like full speed to the finishing line. So I'm not going to say Arsenal is definitely out of the title race. What I'm saying is that at the end of the international window, after we win the CONCACAF Nations League, then we can start saying, oh, but I tell you, one red side from Merseyside, though, nah. Liverpool, one title in 35 years. Disgrace. Disgrace. Starboys Juices. What's up, bro? Big up, man. Big up, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Good job, Leon Bailey. Up, Simon. Philadelphia checking in. Enough respect, bro. Enough respect for checking in, bro. Enough respect. Leon Bailey and Aston Villa play against Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow. A victory for Aston Villa puts them 8 points clear of Tottenham, while a draw keeps them still 5 points clear of each other, you know? So that's what I would say. Well, Diffin Grant, let me tell you something. This platform right here, it's called Reggae Voice Commentary. We discuss accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. This is not a platform to speculate. This is a platform where information is provided. This is where football is discussed. All right? Not pasa pasa. Good. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, and Aston Villa. Those four teams occupy the top four spaces within the English Premier League as it stands. All right. So, yep. How's everybody else doing? Everybody else okay? Hope you all are doing well, man. Very, very good. What else are you guys saying? Big up, same way. My insights? Well, he's represented Jamaica, so he can't turn back from that. Just like certain decisions in life, you can't turn back on that. He's represented Jamaica at the senior level. Simply put, I'm not sure how he would have been eligible to represent Belgium if it's because he was a teenager at the time. Yeah, perhaps he's 5 years residency. Yeah, but guess what? He represents Jamaica, so yeah. Yep. Dr. Hero, he's a great player. Absolutely fantastic player. Born in Leeds. Born in Leeds to a quite a story actually. Yeah, it's quite a story. I think to answer the question, we have to go back to his father, Danny Cadamateri. Danny Cadamateri was born to a Jamaican dad and an Italian mom. Bailey Cadamateri, of course, an English mother, and also a father who is half Jamaican and half Italian. But Bailey Cadamateri is a great guy. Really good player. 18 years old, striker, born in Leeds, represented Sheffield Wednesday. Had the privilege of being able to watch him as well when Darren Moore invited me, Sheffield Wednesday, at the club by extension, to observe training and to, continue to learn my scouting credentials. So I must tell you that being able to see him and witness him, it was great. You know, he got an opportunity in the EFL Trophy last year under Darren Moore. This season, getting the opportunity of playing championship football, 4 goals in 21 appearances in the championship. His contributions have also been important as to why Sheffield Wednesday still even have a hope of avoiding relegation as well. 18 years old, great. And guess what? He can even play under 20 as well. He can even play the final round based on his age because he's eligible. He's eligible to represent Jamaica at that age group level as well because he was born 2005. When you're born 2004, like a Kaheem Dixon, like a Jaden Hibbert, then you're not eligible. Karoy Anderson, you know what I'm saying? Delano Splat, etc., etc., etc. 2004, there's a lot of players born 2004, but as you know, unfortunately, the Under 20 World Cup is in 2025, which means that you have a situation where the players, you have to be born 2005, 2006, 2007, etc., to be able to represent at the Under 20 level. What do you mean, what's happening, Jamaican philosopher? He's returned from injury and he is working hard to improve his craft each and every day. And West Ham United have a great opportunity to be able to win the Europa League as well, even though they're 1-0 down to Freiburg. I'm sure next week, Thursday, they'll rough up their sleeves. But tomorrow morning, they play Burnley. Yeah, they play Burnley at 9 a.m. So, we'll keep abreast of how West Ham United does tomorrow. But for me, I think the energy should be towards going and winning the Europa League. West Ham United are seventh within the Premier League. So if they remain seventh, then they can secure the UEFA Europa Conference League football next season. But if they go on and win the Europa League, then they can get Champions League football. If it was me, you ask yourself, what is the easier way to get to the Champions League? Is it finishing in the top four or is it winning the Europa League? West Ham United are 13 points adrift of Aston Villa. 13 points adrift with 11 games to go. 13 points. Versus the winning the Europa League, where you have an opportunity to, once you win it, to book Champions League football next season. All right? So that's where we are there. That is the situation so that you all are aware. All right? Were you guys able to watch the interview, the video with Coach Williamson? Were you guys able to watch parts of it? Because I encourage you. I really encourage you to watch it. It's on JFF Live's YouTube channel. It was really, really good, where Coach Helgrimson spoke about what it means and the work that has been done in the different parishes. So I would encourage you to go and watch that. Really would. I'll give you a sneak peek, just a few minutes, so you guys can be able to take in a little bit of the information.
Education, and everyone is looking for the 1%. How they can they can be 1% better than the other. So now the high level teams are looking into sleep, into breathing, into meditation, all of these things. So I would say at the moment Jamaica is behind in coaching education, and we need to step up there. The good thing about today is the technology. The technology today is so fantastic that you can actually tap into all knowledge in a flash. So if you are an enthusiastic coach, you can actually, with Googling, go into the correct websites, apps. You can get all the knowledge you need. So you can fast forward what is missing. Jamaica is so lucky in the technology we have today that we can fast forward our coaching education. And you even though it will be a license system, you need a license as a coach. You can still be
Yeah, so that's just a sneak peek so that you guys can be able to tune in. It's on JFF Live YouTube channel so that you guys can be able to get more on that, okay? So you guys can be able to watch it and get more information. I think you all will very, very much so enjoy it. Really sobering and interesting. All right? Dr. Hero says, for the Nations League, how solid is our defense line? Very good. Very good. Loads of different options. And Yannick Abel, you can't, count your chicks before they're hatched. You can't do that, but loads of options to call upon. You factor in Damien Lowe, you factor in the likes of Michael Hector, you factor in Greg Lee, the Lembekises of this world. You have quality options that are available to us. True quality that is available to us, and a great opportunity to be able to progress forward, a great opportunity. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us how you feel about this, how great you feel for Leon Bailey. All right? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sports City. Yes, Sports City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff.